All right. Hello all. I'm going to show you really quickly how to get into DMAC and edit a test that you've created either recently or maybe last year in the tag area, the Texas Assessment Generator, and then how to push it into TEAC-Score so kids can take it online. So we're going to go into tag, and then I'm going to go right over here to the left. I'm going to click on test to go find the test that I've given. I already have defaulted, if you're looking for your tests, when you open it, it's going to look like this. You'll have lots of tests listed. But if you'll go to the right and go to test type and go to user, then you're just going to get the test that you've created. So I want to grab a test and edit it just to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to grab this second test right here, go to the far right and click on the pencil for edit test. Now it shows me that I have 6 questions that I have used. I can delete those questions. I can do a multi-delete if I want to do more than one question at a time. That's easier. And I can add. I can change the number and I can reorder. So I'm going to show you how to add test items. I was working on a math test, so I'm using math. I'm using the TEACs, and I'm going to do algebra. So this is my test bank. I'm going to go grab some other questions to add. Let's say I want to have a 10-question test, so I'm going to add 10 or 4 more questions. I want to use a different tech. I want to use 6.6b, so I'm going to filter for that and see what happens. Oh, that only gives me 1 question. Let's say I want to add that one. I check the box. I can preview it right here, or I can go over here to the looking glass to preview it, and then I click add. It's going to ask me if I want to save. I'm going to say yes. Now I want to add another question. I actually want 3 more. So I'm going to do 8.5b. Let's see what we get with that. Oh, just 1. So we're going to add that. We still need 2 more. So I'm just going to go back to that main page. So you can dig around in there as long as you need. You can see here I've got at the bottom, and you may not see that, it goes on for over 10 pages of text, well over that. I'm going to grab just 2 more here by checking and going to the green add button and saving. So now to get back to where my test is, I'm going to click over in the far right, click edit, and now I can see I have 10 questions ready to go. I can reorder those if I need to, if I feel okay with what they look like. Now I can save it. That's important. You're going to save it. You can still go back and edit it, but I'm going to save it. Then you can preview it. It's going to load a version so you can kind of look and see what it would look like. And I'm going to go back, because the next thing I recommend, if you feel good about that test, is doing a print. And the directions for that are going to be export to Word. And it's going to download. So then I'm going to open it in Word. Make this bigger for you. So this allows you to go in and make any adjustments visually that you might want to make. Layout wise, I always adjust the margins to narrow to give you as much space as you could possibly need in the layout. And you can go in here and change up anything that you feel like you might not like visually. It gives you the editing capabilities. So cut and paste. Now remember, if you change something here, and like you take a question off, that's going to change your answer key online. So you only want to push this test to edit it visually, not necessarily taking a question off, unless you go back and re-push your key. So that's what we're about to do. So I would file, I would save this. You want to save it. The other reminder is change this crazy funky name to practice test, whatever you want it to be, and then change it to a Word doc. So you can use any Word doc here. I'm going to use the top Word doc and then save. So because it's going to try to save it as a HTML. So make sure to save it as a Word doc, and then you can print it and you're ready to give this to your kids. And now we want to figure out how do we have them take it online. So I'm going to go back so that's easier for you to grade. And all we have to do, it's ready to go, you've printed it, is click on this little guy, this TEAC-Score. It's going to push the test answer key into the online database. It's already got the name. You can adjust the name if you want. I'm going to pick 10th grade. Version type, it just has to be any combination of 3 numbers. If it's already taken, it will tell you. I'm just going to pick 253. We want it in English. You can put the approximate test date you're going to give it. The description, your passing standard. You don't have to do anything here. That's up to you. And then you don't really need to worry about editors. It's going to walk you through a process. I'm going to click Math. I'm actually going to, this is based on some of the TEKs that I've checked. I'm going to take Math. I'm just going to have Algebra, and you don't need to do anything here. Save that. Now you can do a quick glance at your key if you want to. That's up to you. There's the place you can see your key. If you go over here, you can see if there's any dual coding that's going on. So I only have 3 dual coded texts. And then if you are doing some different weights for your scoring, then that's going to be on the scoring tab. So I'm going to go back to the TEKs. This is another place you can print if you want to print a copy of your answer key. So schedule, you don't have to do this, but if you click on schedule, you can put the date you're testing and open and close time. But I'll show you where in just a moment you can set up to open and close this test. So the name of my test is here. I've got MA, it's a math test, 10 point, because I put it in 10th grade. 253 is the number that I assigned, .E. There's the name of the actual test. So when I'm ready for these kids to take a test, all I do is go to Documents, Sessions, and just a moment. Okay, we're back. All right, I took you to the wrong place for a moment. You're actually going to go to Test Keys and your list. That's where your test will always live until you activate it. And you can see if they put them in order based on the top one, whatever you've worked on the most recently goes on top. You have a place where you can do some editing, some printing, but this little guy is most important. This is what activates and gives your test an actual code. So it says, are you sure you want to enable this? Yes. So I'm going to say yes, and now all the students need are this code, and then they also need their birth date, their student ID, and they're ready to start taking the test. And once everybody's finished with the test, you can come back here and click on this little guy and it will turn it off. The way to watch kids once you've started this session is to actually go to Documents, Sessions, Sessions. Let me try, it's being a little finicky. Okay, it was being a little silly, but if you go to Documents and then you click on, now it's going to be funny again. Hold on. This is real technology. Okay, when you click on Sessions, it's going to have your test listed out here. So I click on My Test. And I see that right now I don't have any students logged in there. I want to show you what this is a test for another teacher. So you can see that she has given this test. There's a green check mark beside it because they have completed it and turned in their document online, and you can see their scores. I wanted to show you there's nobody in there, but you'll see if a student needs to be reset, you'll see this out beside them, and you can actually click on it and reset it yourself. If a student needs to be canceled, you're going to have that option as well. And if a student needs to be deleted, you can see their answer key right here. So that Documents and Sessions is where you'll go to watch them while they're testing, and you'll be able to see as they turn in instantly what the grade should be for them. So that is, you can also get reports once you're finished here, but that is the way that you give the online version of the DMAC assessments. Don't forget you have to activate that test, so make sure you have to go to your list and you have to make sure that this is open for the kids to be able to be in the Documents and Sessions area, which I'm, again, not sure why this is being so tricky. There we go. And until I have a kiddo logged in and completing a test, I won't have any names here, but once I do, it will look like this. And when she closes her test, this will go away, and these will then live in the reports area, so you can always get them from there. But let me know if you have questions. Hopefully this helps you out as you get ready for semester tests. I'm happy to come sit with you and help out as well. Thanks so much.